Hey y'all, welcome back to Creating Haley. I'm Kimberly here, Creating Haley, and I'm just popping on real quick in this unexpected video because I'm making more bird's nest shreds. I forget what I called these, but I did these in the past. Like bird's nest, shred, quilt blocks, I guess. So I'm making more fabric out of scraps, trash, not even scraps, shreds. Look at this. It's just shred. So, I've done this in the past, and I'm just gonna pop on again real quick to show you what I'm doing here. So I've been making. If you've been following along with my Sew a Year Full of Stars too, you know that I cut fabric, and this Sew a Year Full of Stars 2 is all batiks. So these are all batik scraps. And so this is the end of February. So far I've done a couple of probably 4 Sew a Year Full of Stars blocks. And now I have all these shreds. And instead of throwing, this actually was in my trash can. And when I did trash the other day, I was like, I cannot throw this away. Look, it's a nest. It's a nest. So I made more fabric, and so I'm gonna show you how I do that here. If you haven't seen the other videos, go check that out. But I'm gonna show you right here. So basically, you just take some fusible. I always forget what this is called. Fusible fabric right here. So the fabric on the back is fusible fabric. So that means there's glue on one side, and it's just not glue on the other side. And you just place your shreds or your scraps down. Now mine happens to be 4 by 6 inches. And that was because I had dryer sheets cut to this size, and I was using dryer sheets. But I need a sticky side, so I'm using the fusible. And I am going to take this over to here, the ironing portion, and once you get this laid down on wherever you want it to go, I just kind of messed it up by putting it on the camera. But once you get it into a position where you want it to be, then what I do is just spray it with some water. Here's my spray bottle for water. I usually use this to paint with, but and then voila, the hot iron pressed straight down. And that will attach like the bottom pieces to the fabric, to the fusible, but it won't attach the top pieces. And then what I do is I just top stitch over all of it. And it doesn't matter what pattern you use. I just kind of do squares back and forth, just long, passes this way and then passes this way. I actually start in the middle. Okay, so now this is what it looks like, a flat squished pancake. Here, let me see if I can lift this up. Now it's not all stuck on there, it's loose. Okay, so that's what it looks like now. This is still kind of warm. Boop. All right, now all I do, oh, here's a little piece right here, is make sure, like if your pieces are hanging off the side, you probably want them in the middle, not hanging off the side, because those pieces are going to get cut off anyway. If you put this into a project, a quilt project, those pieces are going to be cut off and lost and, put the seam allowance and whatnot. You know what? This piece right here is really bothering me, so I'm just going to start right here, and I'm just going to squish it down. There we go. So that's all you do, folks. It's pretty simple. Just like so. I don't know how I can move the camera so you can see a little better. Maybe right there. All right, now I don't have to take my needle out. I just rotate. And I'm just going to go along the top, on the outsides. Just the top, on the sides. And then I'm using, you know, I'm trying to use my fingers to place these pieces kind of in some semblance of order. I mean, definitely I don't want everything orderly. It's a mess. It's supposed to be a mess. That's the nature of it. Right? Now if I go up an inch or so, and then I can pivot and then start going across. So I did one pass all along the outside, and now I'm just anchoring down even more fibers, and you can see it's, you know, I'm not measuring anything. It's not even, you know, squared up. It's just, I go a little bit, and then I, you know, up. And I want to stop here because I want to get this piece down. So I want to make sure my thread goes over that. Covers that. Boom. Now I can speed it up a little bit. However, if you speed it up too much, what could happen is your presser foot could get stuck underneath one of these fibers. And then I mean, that's an easy fix. All you have to do is cut the fiber so that it doesn't you know, impede your sewing. But you can see this is quite simple. All you have to do is just, you could zigzag your way across. You could do wavy lines. You could start and stop a million times if you wanted to. This is creative. This is just your project. All you're doing is creating extra fabric, basically, 4 by 6 inch pieces at a time. Now, like I said, I did the 4 by 6 because I started with dryer sheets. Now, and let me show you. I have a ton of these. So all I'm doing is collecting these. And the more I make, you know, the more I just add to this collection, right? So the one I did today, I'll just add to the collection. And then when I get a lot or more or whatever, like maybe color ways, maybe I'll make something. Now I've already made something in the past, and it's a bag, and you can't really see it over there, but I think I showed in one of those videos, I did make a tote bag. So that's, you know, a couple of things you can do with these. You can make tote bags, you can make, you know, beach bag, whatever. Now what I would recommend is if you're using dryer sheets, the dryer sheet, like for example, this one is a dryer sheet. And I know that because it is not stuck to the fabric. It doesn't smell anymore because I used it a lot. But when you look at the dryer sheet, it's very thin. And if you put it through the wash, it may start to rip and pill, ball up underneath your project. So if you were to put this block of used dryer sheets, like fabric, on top of the used dryer sheets, and then you wash this a lot, this may start to tear and ball up underneath, and then you have like a rough feeling quilt project. But you can use this in wall hangings that you're probably never going to throw in the washing machine. You could use it for tote bags, which you very rarely put into the washing machine, if at all, just hand wash. You could use, oh heck, you could use it for pet beds, and who cares, right? The pet isn't going to care. So I just wanted to show you that you're creating more fabric, and you collect it. And then over time, when you get a lot, you can make like a whole panel of fabric. So let's go back to here, and let's just finish up this right here. I'll do one more pass. And then I'll show you what it looks like. So sometimes you kind of have to coax where that fabric is going to go as you're sewing. Okay, this is what it looks like. It's fine. And then what I do at the end, now I'm not done. I'm actually going to make stripes this way too with my quilt. But what I do at the end is I kind of, rough it up a little bit. And this is the, where'd it go? There's like, this is the only thing that fell off. This teeny tiny little piece. That's it. So I probably don't even have to go the other way. Everything seems to be pretty snug, but I'm going to go back and forth on here anyway. So there you go. There's the shreds. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this because I've done this in the past, but probably, fusible shreds, making new fabric, Frankenstein fabric. I don't know. Anyway, if you're so inclined, so that's what I'm saying. Like, this was actually in my trash can that I took out of the trash can, and I made new fabric with it right there. All right. Y'all have a great day. And if you use colorways, so you could see like this is blues and whites, or cream, off-white colors. You could kind of like make this a wash if you wanted to do it in sort of a watercolor-ish way. Like you could specifically put your fabric down, your shredded fabric down in places that it makes it look like a wave or like a color wash or a watercolor kind of theme. So you can get creative. This is art. Looks like a mess, but it's art. I promise you. All right, folks. I'll see you on the next episode. Bye for now.